They wanted to bring France to its knees. Instead, last week's terrorist attacks that claimed 17 lives brought the country and the world to its feet. Millions of people and a host of world leaders came together to march across France in a historic show of solidarity and defiance. Leaders linked arms as they led the procession in Paris, which began close to where gunmen killed 12 people at satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo. Among them Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, as well as Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. But the day was more than a symbolic show of unity. Earlier, European security ministers met US Attorney General Eric Holder to thrash out practical ways to combat global terrorism.
I think we had a very productive meeting where we discussed very concrete measures that our nations can take so that we can ensure that we protect the values that truly unite us.
In cities around the world, similar marches were held in London, in Berlin and Madrid. As far away as Australia and in both Israel and the West Bank, crowds gathered to say, "I too am Charlie."
Today it's not a question of being French or not, it's a question of democracy, freedom of speech. What we're seeing with the world leaders in Paris, like Cameron who's in Paris, is that they're showing that people who are for democracy, for freedom of speech, have rallied together, French or not.
But last week's magazine shooting by Islamist gunmen and the subsequent hostage-taking at a Jewish supermarket have raised fears of reprisals among France's estimated 2 million Muslims. Religious and community leaders used Sunday's march to appeal for unity.
We're all united, we're all together in the face of this barbarism, we're all affected, terrified, sad, and at the same time we condemn these acts. We also say, do not confuse Muslims with these barbarians.
Emotions are still running high in the grieving City of Light. But after Sunday's rally, many Parisians will be hoping for a return to normality after its most bloody week of attacks in half a century.